Shit, all it took was a little announcement that USADA fucked up, according to a lot of other people, and the world's upside down and twisty turny, and oh my God, John Jones is back next month. Wait, ladies and gentlemen, we are the Keyboard Warriors. My name is Eddie Law. That's Red Kirby. That's Jesus Rubakawa. And Fred, just off the top right now, we just listened to off air. We just listened to Daniel Cormier's response to this whole thing with John Jones, and he seems past it, right? But just like you said right now, he wants that fight. Like he's got Brock Lesnar hopefully next, or supposedly next, but he wants that John Jones fight.
Right. Well, and that's the thing. He ain't gonna jeopardize the Brock shit because that's the money fight. No matter what, we already know what time it is with Brock. That's the red panty night outside of Conor in this whole sport, and it's an easy fight for DC. So I dig that. But make no mistake about it, that's the fight DC wants. And that's the fight I want for DC. Just like we was talking about before we went live on air, man. Look, I would be lying if I said I'm not a little excited that John's coming back. That's a fact. And John Jones used to be one of, if not my favorite active fighters. I mean, what the fuck, right? It's hard not to like the dude. He was a goddamn machine. But again, like I said, man, I've been saying this for a while now, and I think we really need to fucking stick to it, man. We got to start punishing cheaters and treat them like cheaters. Bro, you got caught cheating twice, and there's a massive rumor about you hiding under the octagon for hours from USADA another time other than that. So that would imply that you've been cheating for a month of Sundays, dog. That shit does not fly. You can't just cheat and come back, and we all act like it didn't happen, unless you're Brock Lesnar, and then everybody gets paid, and then we'll just turn our nose. But you know what I mean? Real talk, Brock ain't in that GOAT conversation. Fucking John is, man. Like, nah, bro. You don't get to just get caught cheating and then knock out DC, the arguable other GOAT, and ruin his legacy while you cheated. Get the fuck out of here. That's fucking bullshit. And like I said, when I found out that John was coming back, it got me to thinking about a whole bunch of shit. And you know what it made me think? DC's my favorite active fighter. Because you know what? DC's a real bad motherfucker. And just like he just said before we went on air, 70 fucking whatever the fuck tests, drug use. I'm sorry. Olympic drug testing, USADA drug testing. The dude has never failed or made a mistake. That ain't no motherfucking coincidence. You too, Canelo. It's enough with this bullshit. Pain and meat, fucking dick pills. Kiss my fucking ass with that. How fuck come? You think DC ain't probably needed a dick pill? No fat boy. Probably fucking ate too much cake and drank too much vodka one night. I'm sure he's needed some goddamn dick pills or some shit. He ain't never failed a test for fucking steroids. Get the fuck out of here, man. The goddamn dude's a real thoroughbred fighter. And, in my opinion, he's fucking undefeated and the champ at the top of the game. Fuck that. DC's the GOAT.
There you go. What do you think of that, Jesse?
I think everybody's crazy. Y'all are crazy. Why? If you're so upset about John Jones and this whole USADA thing, why would you petition for him to get rewarded on coming back? Why are we going to reward him with a title shot or a fight with DC? You guys are retarded. Don't reward this cheater. If you're that upset about it, make him work for it. Start at the bottom. You're no longer a number one champion. You're no longer, you can headline a Fox card. I don't care. But you're not fighting for a title. And if you guys are advocating for DC to give him an opportunity to fight him again just because he beat him twice, you guys are retarded. Don't come at me with that. That's just dumb. You guys should be saying that DC needs to fight Brock Lesnar, end that trilogy, retire, and then that's the end of that, man. DC, just like he said in those comments, he's past that. He doesn't have to look back.
Yeah, okay. Hold on. Let's unpack a little bit of shit there first off. On the second end there, go fuck yourself, okay? He does need that fucking fight with goddamn... Look, I dig what you're saying. Should we give John Jones an immediate title shot? Probably not. You're right. We should punish him. The motherfucker cheated. He shouldn't just get the trouts right back in. On the same token, he's one of the biggest draws in the sport. And other than this one cheating incident, which is a big one, like, you know what I mean? Wow. Q Cocksucker's basically undefeated. So here's what I would do. I would give him a number one contender fight against whatever warm body we can find. I'm not going to put him at the, what we're going to do, have him open up on Fight Pass? Let's not be ridiculous. I mean, listen, I want to come down hard on him too, but we can't get fucking crazy here. Give him, you know what I give him? Give him Gustafsson. He wants that fight. That's a tough. You want to be back, John Jones? You fight this fucking nasty Swede first, and then and let DC get his money with Brock. Throw him a beating, and then DC deserves it. John Jones, you fight DC clean. Fight him clean. And pick your fucking weight division. And let DC get that one back. He deserves that opportunity.
Right, I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh my ass off when you guys are begging for this stuff to happen, and then John Jones goes and starts his DC again and pops again. And I'm gonna laugh in every single one of your faces because you guys asked for this stuff. You guys cannot reward John Jones.
Well, but what the fuck, Jesse? What do you think we should do? Go to let him fight in the bare knuckle championships? What the fuck? I mean, what are you implying then?
What I am implying is that he should have a number 10 next to his name, and he should at least have 2 to 3 fights before he fights for a title. Don't give him Gustafsson. That's a high-profile fight for him.
Any fight he's in is a high-profile fight because he's in it. If he fought me, you, and fucking Eddie at the same time, it would be a high-pro. There's no getting around that.
I understand that. I understand that. But you can't give him a number 1 contender shot. That's what I'm saying. You're still rewarding him. That's like if your kid, Fred, stole some shit from a store, and then you go back and go, it's all right. You can keep it, but you're in trouble. You're in big trouble. But here you go. You get to keep it. Don't worry about it. We ain't taking it back. Like, no. There's punishment.
But earned and reality is 2 different things. Or, what he deserves. Does he deserve Gus, DC, any of that shit? Fuck no, he don't deserve it. But if we're working on with reality, what's really going to happen, they're not going to give him, right, number 15 ranked light heavyweight or heavyweight. You know what I mean?
I'm with you. Gokhan Saki.
Right,
what the fuck?
Right. I'm totally with you, Jesse. He don't deserve nothing. He deserves nothing. But
Gokhan Saki would be a good fight, though. That's a good name there.
It'd be fun.
It'd be fun to watch, but I don't think it's gonna happen. But I'm totally with you. He don't deserve none of that shit. That being said, they're not gonna do that. So let's work with terms of reality here. By the way, shout out to Joey and Raider in the comments. Joey says Jones is out of the GOAT combo. He's cheated. Get the fuck out of here. And then Raider says fight OSP again. LOL.
Look, please God, not a redo of that fucking shit show. We see what old JJ looks like when he ain't got his magic juice in him.
Yeah,
the OSP fight.
He looks human.
That's what we're assuming. We don't know for sure, guys. Like, we don't know because remember, OSP is a completely different fighter from DC, and that late opponent switch can make a lot of people look completely different and completely like crap. Like our good old Khabib time against crap ass what was his name that he won his title against
Al Iaquinta.
Right?
Stop ruining our good time with your logical thoughts, man.
No. But okay. Wait. Let me put on my tinfoil hat, Eddie Bravo t-shirt, and look I agree with Fred. The only way that this makes money for everybody is you give John Jones a main event coming up here, that main event that we're missing, and it's got to be a big name.
Yeah.
So it's got to be Gus, or they're gonna pull something out of their butt to really make it a big fight.
Okay,
then
so let's
give them DC.
So let's discuss that then, right? We've all given our opinions on what we truly think of it. Now, what do we think is going to actually happen? He's definitely headlining in December, right? Like, can we all agree that he's going to headline the end of the year card? Like, I mean,
and Dana White's come out and said it's not going to happen, but Dana White says one thing. It's the other. Yeah, he's full of shit.
But maybe it don't. But that's what we're all gunning for here.
Here's my prediction. Jones Gus 2 headline at UFC 230 for the interim light heavyweight title. That's what's going to happen.
Makes sense.
Oh, okay.
I buy it. Hey, kiss my dick hard, Jack.
I'll go with mine.
It's coming. What's up, Jesse?
I'll go with mine. Just so Fred can have 2 different ones to choose from here. I say John Jones comes back at heavyweight against Stipe, and then we have a heavyweight title fight next year.
What if Stipe sleeps him?
God.
Stipe hits like a truck.
That would be good. Those are goddamn.
Those are 2 good fights.
Those are sexy options, man. Like I said, I can't front. I'm excited he's coming back, but I feel like we definitely need to call a spade, man. These cats that get caught cheating need to just stop coming back and we just act like we forget that they weren't cheating.
Right.
Like that shit, we gotta Call him.
Wait,
let me. What's up?
No, did we get Fred's rant on Verdum last week? I don't think we did we?
No. That's later on tonight for sure. Gary Coaston, what up, dude? Real quick, what if the UFC went 100% all in WWE style, and John Jones against Gustafsson for the interim light heavyweight title, and then against Stipe for the interim heavyweight title, wins both of those, you know what I mean? And then he fights DC. How fucking nutty would that be?
I mean, if the fucking prick cannot fucking piss hot, goddamn, that would be fun.
Well, did you see the picture of him at some what was it? Some bodybuilding thing?
He looks
sizing up against what was it? Anthony Johnson, where they kind of about the same size.
Height wise, not really like thick wise. Like Anthony Johnson's like massive.
John Jones look pretty thick, man.
I don't know.
By comparison to that.
Listen, Kobe Kobe looks like a snitch, don't he? Kobe Covington. Don't he look like the type of punk ass white boy that snitched out for smoking the blood of the concert or something? Kobe done snitched on John Jones, said he'd been taking roids for a month of Sundays. Now listen, if it fucking goddamn looks like shit, goddamn it smells like shit, it's a good chance that it's a big pile of shit. John Jones is a fucking cheater. He looks like a machine.
Oh, fuck.
Been caught cheating twice. There's rumors everywhere. Eyeball witnesses. I mean, what else do we need to know that this cat's been cheating for a month of Sundays, man? I mean, fuck.
Right. So let me read John Jones and then Dana White's, I guess, statements of this shit. So John Jones came out with 2 tweets. First one was, "It's difficult to express myself at this moment, but I can definitely say my heart is filled with gratitude and appreciation. I want to thank all of you who have stood by me during the toughest stretch of my life. It has meant the world to me and always will. But now is the time to shift the focus front and center to the road ahead. Greatness is what I'm chasing, and the path to reclaiming my throne is now officially open. Comeback season begins now, and the marketing begins." And then let me pull up good old DW's response. So this comment from Dana White on this. Dana White says, "The arbitrator found that Jones never intentionally or knowingly took steroids, and the result of the positive test was the result of a contaminated substance. The science completely supports the finding. The science doesn't lie, so I look forward to getting him back early next year." Which, as we know,
real quick on that.
Yeah.
He sent in 14 different supplements. Yeah. None of them came up positive for what he tested. Okay? So, and apparently there's a clause in the USADA thing where it says that they don't have to find a supplement with whatever substance you pop for them to clear you of wrongdoing. So hopefully all the people that have been popped for steroids takes that, okay, and uses that against USADA, seeing as how they don't have to prove that they had the supplement and this is what they took. They could just go to arbitration and get an arbiter to say, "Oh, well, it doesn't seem like you were cheating, so you're good. We'll lessen your suspension." And anyway, apparently, I don't know if you read the USADA's statement. They said that initially they had already thought about reducing his sentence by, I think it was like 30 months or 38 months or something.
Right.
So they initially had already thought of reducing his sentence right off the bat. So this is all just.
You know what, man? I'm so sick and tired of all this shit. All of it. All you motherfuckers are cheating. All of y'all. I don't give a fuck. Fuck that. Because you know what, man? I'm so sick of the fucking tainted supplement argument, right? Oh, I didn't know I was cheating because I was taking the fucking generic protein powder from GNC. That's fucking bullshit. You know why I know it's bullshit? Because I can sit here and rattle off elite fighter after elite fighter that is never pissed hot and won't piss hot. Demetrius Johnson, as much fucking smoke as I throw him, the cute little prick ain't never came close to pissing hot, and I'll bet you he don't. Both Diaz brothers, never. Daniel Cormier, never. Mark Hunt, Conor McGregor. I mean, he's iffy. He's iffy. He's pretty cut. But so good.
Hey, cocaine's not a PED, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
That's not enhancing anything.
But I mean, there are certain guys, man, that they're not. So how can these cats never? Nick Diaz has been around since Hector was a pup. Yep. Hector can't see or nothing no more. God damn it. Nick Diaz has been around forever. He ain't never pissed hot. I mean, other than fucking marijuana. But you know what I'm saying? Nothing for no fucking performance. He didn't take a fucking supplement on accident. Neither did his little brother.
Yeah.
Take us a fucking winky dink.
Yeah,
no,
right.
no.
Nate's never even tested positive for weed. Nick just didn't give a fuck. But
Right,
I guess what he's saying.
Raw ass. Yeah, but there was no performance
Right.
enhancers count with these
100%.
guys their whole over. You know, we're talking decades of a career here. Come on,
100%,
man.
100%. What's up, Jason?
No, and I agree with Fred. There's a certain type of person that understands that what you're doing is trying to be the best you can be with what you have. And it's those shady guys that try to cut the corners to get that extra edge. And there's always going to be those people. There's always going to be, those Sammy Sosas, those, Frank Mears, those people that have been popped for stuff. Josh Barnett, popped 3-4 times already. There's always these guys that just aren't at an elite level unless they're taking something. And that's just what we have to deal with at this point.
And look, even with supplements, right? If you take supplements, you taking a risk.
Mm-hmm.
So if it does come back negative or something, I don't want to hear it. Because these other cats figure it out and they don't piss hot. So I don't want to hear that excuse no more. That excuse is getting old. I fuck with Luke Thomas, but it's a little annoying how he's always like, well, they don't really know the chemicals and the blah, blah, blahs and the blah, blah, blahs. Well, how the fuck do the Diaz brothers keep getting around the test then? I mean, I realize that they haven't fought in a long time and I keep using it as an example, but Demetrius Johnson, fucking Mark Hunt, how are all these guys that are never – how are they getting around it then? I'm sure fucking some of them use some sort of somethings.
At some point.
Like some sort of the fucking supplement.
The other thing is that you have to be smart. Like Eddie. Eddie's not just going to go around and find some dude hanging around the street and go, hey, man, you got some CBD oil? Oh, okay, cool. I'm going to take that, not knowing what that is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go to reputable people that sponsor you and you do your homework. You make sure that they're doing the proper things that they're doing. Demetrius Johnson has taken supplements before. He's been sponsored by supplements.
Sure, right.
But he does his homework and makes sure that he sticks to that performance edge that he needs, not trying to enhance anything, not trying to just get that little edge. All these other guys, they're just shady, man. Like, again, we're talking about Verdum, we're talking about John Jones, we're talking about all these other cheaters, Barnett, all these guys that are just looking for that edge and are willing to take those risks, So, I mean, there's got to be a better way to fix this problem, and obviously USADA is not the way to do it.
Right. Real quick, guys. Shout out to Gary Coast and Dave Mann's on here. What up, dude? Dave says supplements are surely tainted when they come from a needle. 100%. That's fucking for sure. Here's a good question. Gary said. Gary put up. He goes, should the UFC implement the same policies for PEDs as the NFL or MLB? What I would say to that is take off USADA and you have the same policies. Basically.
That's what they had before.
Man, no, Gary. Do you think we ain't some professional football? Those monsters, those goddamn things are definitely on steroids. Yeah. Fuck no. Whatever they're doing definitely ain't working.
Yeah, look at those fucking 6'8", fucking 300-pound, not fat, jacked defensive ends on any team. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. You know what I mean? Right. That's not natural.
And they run like a goddamn running back.
Fucking right. How's a defensive end that big and that tall and that fucking just big and powerful run like a 440 yard? Come on now.
They're fucking offensive linemen in the NFL are faster than fucking 400 pounds.
Major League Baseball already tried the USADA route, right? And they got boring. People stopped watching that shit. And then slowly but surely, they're like, yeah, let's pull that back a little bit. And people are watching baseball like crazy again.
And football's different. But basketball and baseball, let them juice. They're fucking hitting the ball. Like, who gives a fucking shit?
Mind you, in basketball, steroids would never help you. You'll be worse. Honestly. Like maybe some different PEDs will help you, but
I was saying you could probably use one of them ones that never get tired. A little goat.
Right. And if you're like a big center like Shaq size, maybe some muscle will help you. But 82 games in a season, you'll tear some shit real quick. Raider says, did you guys see the tweet from Dim Space saying Jones snitched on other fighters to get a lesser suspension?
Oh.
What? Wait a minute. What?
Who tweeted that?
Dim Space. I'm gonna look that up. Hold up.
Who the fuck is Dim Space?
I've heard it. Dim Space. Hold up.
Okay, well, if that's true, then who did he rat on and who got popped recently?
Well, I'll tell you what. Listen, if that is true, you'll never know, Jack. when motherfuckers cut deals like that, he ain't gonna fucking get exposed. Well, I guess he could, but he shouldn't be getting exposed. That was probably part of the deal.
Hold on, I'm gonna look up Jones snitching because I had seen other people like tweeting about it.
Well, listen, here's the reality. If that's true, let's just wait to see who gets popped, right? It was Verdum.
Well, Verdum was already.
It was Verdum. John Jones dropped the dime on Verdummy.
Yo, wait a minute. Okay, so even everyone's talking about this. Apparently, USADA and the UFC allow reduced sentences in exchange for bringing forward information about other parties.
Right. That's been since the beginning.
John Jones heard that little loophole, like, yeah, buddy, I know all kinds of shit.
Who does he know that could what GSP maybe? No, GSP doesn't train with them anymore.
Well, that don't do no good anyways. He's not
right. But who would
it's gotta be somebody they could sacrifice.
It's gotta be someone big though. Big that isn't big. I mean, like
no, I don't think
that isn't huge. Who would do that?
I think the stipulation is as long as it leads to someone getting some sort of action against them, you're good to go.
Maybe he'd ratted on his man. Like maybe he ratted on some dude that's like, you know what I mean? The steroid connection out there to a lot of big fighters. Like, yo, you bust this little fucking, what are we going to make him? Like Mexican or Jamaican or something?
Damn.
We'll make him Irish. You bust this little Irish steroid selling prick.
What if he knew something about Connor? He just snitched on Connor.
Are you kidding me? John Jones would be floating in a boat somewhere. They'd be like, Daisy? Like, you sure shit ain't exposing that, my dude. That's the one dude you ain't exposing. You better go expose Ronda Rousey in the WWE somewhere.
I'm crazy. Raider says let golfers juice. I'm 100% down with that. Watch these motherfuckers smack the shit out that ball.
Fuck yeah. Golf would be lit as fuck.
Dude, Tiger on some steroids? Fuck out of here. That dude would be fucking back to winning whatever they call it, those I don't know, Grand Slams or whatever the fuck.
And every fucking waitress in the Midwest would have their back blown out.
Fuck yeah, you have like a bunch of kids around.
Some jacked Anthony Johnson looking dude playing golf. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Gary says USADA broke Jones first 48 style. You guys ever seen that show? The first 48? Yeah, they got him just like they took him in a room, broke him. He snitched everybody.
John Jones was in there singing like a canary, Jack. He was telling our fellow fighters, Greg Jackson.
Yo,
everybody's getting it.
I hope that from now until fucking forever, anybody that gets popped, especially anyone that gets popped within the next month, we're gonna assume John Jones snitched, right? Like that's. Yeah.
But listen, yo, real shit, man, real shit. What's crazy is you know how much we'll care come fight night.
Nothing.
We really won't, man. Like real shit. It's true. Like even if he did, this is fucking heinous. But man, I swear, combat sports fans had the ability to just forgive and forget like no other, man. Whenever he does come back, if he does come back, we'll treat it like nothing. We still can't wait for the Brock Lesnar fight with DC. And I'm in that boat. I just don't hold it against Brock that much because it's like I knew you was cheating anyways. John broke my heart. Like I'm holding it against you, brother. You was our one and you fucked us. Like Brock Lesnar was never one of us anyways. Like he could cheat all he wants. Like fuck whatever. But you, John, you are not my good graces no more, my dude.
Yeah. So we were talking before, when we started this part of the show that we had talked about DC's response. Shout out to MMA Weekly for actually typing this shit out. Cormier said on UFC Tonight, he says, I am the UFC double champion. I have bosses in the back, and I'm talking about this guy because I have to. I moved past that guy. I went about my business and went and won another title. Now his suspension is up, so we'll see what happens. I think people get excited. People get excited about the prospect of us fighting again, but I've got to fight with Brock Lesnar. Why would I look back? Why would I look back to Jones now that when I've got to fight? Obviously, as a competitor, I want to fight the guy. He's beat me twice, but I've got to fight. Why go back? I've got a bigger fight with Brock Lesnar. Why should I go back? And then, he goes out to say, we basically tells USADA, hey, you guys can't come to my house at 6 a.m. no more. What's the point? And then he says 70 times since I started wrestling internationally, and I have never made a mistake. Thus, never pop hot. It's not that hard. So to even be having to sit here and to do this and to do this again shows that guys are ridiculous. And he has a good point. Like, it's not that hard to not pop hot. Just don't use shit. You know what I mean? Right. I mean, it's pretty fucking easy to stay clean. That means if you get popped for something, you weren't trying to stay clean. You were trying to cheat. There is no, to me, there's no unintentional cheating. Okay, like maybe very little bit, like a little bit here and there.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like real ass shit, man. Like 95% of these motherfuckers are low key cheating, man.
Yeah,
and it might be that rare ass case, like who was it, like Tim Means or somebody, man, who they like
Tim
legit
Means,
was like far bad, like
he
for
got
real.
fucked. Machida told on himself, and they fucking banned him.
Yeah, and one Machida's like some fucking melatonin or some kind of crazy. It wasn't like, yo, bro, the shit that John Jones got caught taking makes your fucking bones more dense. Like, let's fucking talk about it. Like, Machida's like helped him sleep easier or some bullshit like that. Like, there are levels to this shit, and a lot of y'all are out there cheating your tits off.
Yeah, so I mean,
speaking of tits, how often do female fucking fighters get caught cheating? Is this a thing or like?
I think
it seems like I don't notice it as often.
One girl just got banned for like 2 years or 3 years for steroids.
I think we talked about that before. We'll see if that it seems like it always takes people a while to catch up. Like at first it was Americans. Yeah, Mark Coleman cheating his fucking dick off back in Pride and shit like that. And then the Brazilians figured it out, and then all the Brazilians were fucking roided out of their mind for a while. Feels like the fucking broads are just getting to the party, and they're like, "Oh yeah, baby, stick a needle in my ass too. Let's bring it, Cyborg, you bitch."
Do you guys think that USADA is basically like showing their ass now? Like USADA is basically a joke. That's what they look like right now to me. I mean,
I guess, man, but I still don't feel like we should just abolish it. I mean,
no, I don't abolish it, but dude fucking gets busted and then he snitches and they just give him a free pass.
Yo, USADA is like our healthcare system. It's like Obamacare and shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's not perfect, but we kind of need it, or we need something in place of it. Like maybe USADA is a bit much, showing up at 6 in the morning 100 different times for guys that aren't feeling like, but we need something. John Jones was our GOAT, and he was a cheater. Fabricio Verdum was in the conversation for the heavyweight GOAT. He just got caught cheating. Too many of the greatest fighters of our whole fucking sport end up being cheaters. So we got to keep this. You want these guys to get caught. And I've heard the argument like, well, do we? Do we? Man, yes, we do. If you're fucking cheating, you're cheating. Eventually, the fights will still be good. Goddamn, with the right matchups, me and Eddie could probably have a pretty fun fight.
Yeah.
Like, fights are fights. If you're cheating, though, you have to go. Shit will still be exciting. It'll be just exciting against motherfuckers who aren't fucking cheating.
Right, but then again, I think back to the baseball thing. Like back in the day, you were watching the home run race between Sosa and McGuire and all this shit. Take away steroids, and that shit was done.
See, but it's different with combat sports.
Right, it's different.
We don't need it because you got guys like fucking Nick and Nate Diaz that just dispel that route. Those cats ain't on steroids, and every fight they're in is fun as fuck to watch.
Shit, we just had a fat guy win a second belt.
Exactly. And when has DC been in a boring fight? Like the most boring fight DC's probably ever been in was the Anderson Silva fight, right? And that wasn't hideous. I've seen way worse ones than that. So I mean,
yeah, Henderson Maya.
We don't need steroids in this fucking sport, man. And motherfuckers' lives are on the line, Jack. They're going in and beating the piss out of each other. Like, we need to police this shit. USADA's a bit much, and it seems like they're a flawed system. But goddamn it, that don't mean we got to throw the baby out with the bathwater. We got to find some kind of a fucking in-between where cats still get caught, but it's not, fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, we need to fix it, not totally just bail it out yet.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Anything else on this one before we move on?
Nope. Fuck John Jones. Get that fucking hashtag going.
Hashtag fuck John Jones. All right. Speaking of people that got popped, so we didn't talk about Verdum. I don't think we talked about last week, right, Jesse? So he gets busted. What did he get busted for?
Some sort of steroid. I think it was actually a steroid that he got popped for.
An actual steroid? Okay, so he gets popped. He got what, 2-year ban?
Yeah, it was that Tronbonolone or whatever. It started with a T, I believe.
All right, so he's off the rising, right? Because he's like 30. He's like late 30s.
He's 41.
He ain't coming back.
2-year suspension. That'll put him at 43. That's a tough road for him to come back.
I mean, a heavyweight is the most possible weight division to come back at that late, right? But because I mean, a fucking Mark Hunt's like 42, 44, something like that. But I know. Regardless, like, by the way, Mark Hunt's reaction to that shit was great. Did you see Mark Hunt just like shitting on Verdum every interview he had? He's like, "Fuck you, mate. You ain't no job no more. Fuck you," and all this shit. Like, yo,
I fuck with Mark Hunt though. He's got a point.
hell
He's
yeah.
got to start calling. I mean, he's been directly affected by it, so I get it, man. And yeah, you know what? Fucking nah. Hey, goodbye, motherfucker. You old anyways. Like heavyweight needs a bunch of young blood, and they're starting to get it now, anyways. Man, we're going through a transitional phase. If one of you old cats wants to get caught cheating like that, you just lost everything, anyways. Deuces, and you was never as popular and as big of a money maker as somebody like John Jones. Sometimes you got to know your role. As much as I hate to admit it, John Jones can do that because look at what they're going to do. Motherfuckers are going to bend. There's only a few people in the sport that would make something like USADA bend, but John's one of those guys. Connor's one of those guys. If Ronda was still around, she'd be one of those girls. Brock Lesnar. Funny how he came in, cheated, left, and about to come back again. Like, you got enough money, dog. You can kind of skimp around that shit. But Verdummy, reality, newsflash, brother, you ain't them. You is gone.
There you go. All right.
Take your funny ass to Russia with that fucking sneaky prick dictator and go lick his balls some more, you cheating prick.
What in the fuck? Hold up. Oh no, I'll read up on this in a second. But all right. So Mark Hunt, speaking of Mark Hunt, gets choked out this last weekend. He's talking about one more fight in Sydney. Not Sydney, in Australia somewhere. Forgot Sydney's name.
He's got one more fight on his contract. He wants to fight out his contract so he doesn't have to be under contract with the UFC anymore.
Off the rising price sale. There you go. Who you giving there, Jesse?
Geez. Matt, you know what? I think if you want to break Mark Hunt on the way out, you give him somebody like God, what's the Nigerian guy, the big guy that just fought for a title?
Ngannou.
Ngannou, there you go.
Yeah, I don't want to break him. I want to give him a good fight that he can win.
Now remember, the reason you want to break him on the way out is he is suing the UFC, so the UFC might want to break him on the way out.
Oh, will you imagine though? They put him against Ngannou and then he knocks Ngannou the fuck out. He walks out with that middle finger and shit. That'd be great.
Right. That's why
he would take that risk.
That's why we're not doing that. That's way too risky. You know what we're gonna do? This is what I would and look, this is gonna, if you're a real combat sports fan, this is gonna get your little panties wet or your dick hard. But I think this would be a really fun fight. And before all you little fucking Nancy's get going, I realize that the weight divisions aren't the same, but shut the fuck up, it's possible. I would like to see Mark Hunt fight Gokhan Saki.
What's Gokhan Saki? Is that 85?
He's at 205. And he fought heavyweight when he was a kickboxer. So it's no problem for him to move up and fight Mark Hunt in an MMA fight. Like, those cats could have very well fought in fucking Glory Kickboxing anyways. That fucking fight would be fun. And you're guaranteed that somebody's getting slept for sure.
There you go. Just who you put him? You put him against Ngannou?
Yeah, I could see the UFC trying to break him on the way out. Or they could go the complete opposite way, bury him on Fight Pass or something, and just not really give him the time of day, you know? I can see both scenarios.
Dana White does it, he can go fuck himself.
And if they do that, give him Gokhan Saki, please, just for me and all the other fucking kickboxing fans out there that just want to see violence in core.
Yeah, right. It's K1 rules. Or M1 rules. This is a nice little tweet. This chick says the John Jones decision is bullshit and we all know it. Fuck USADA and fuck the UFC. That's fucking
okay. Calm down with the UFC. Fucking
people getting mad. All right.
But yeah, those are the same people that are going to be rooting and cheering and hollering when they announce John Jones versus DC. So,
dude, again, and Fred says it all the time. What have you done for me lately? It's the most exciting thing that's going to happen right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna be happy as fuck for that fight too, but for a different reason this time.
To see DC fuck him up.
Yep, I am going to. If they look, bro, if John Jones comes back, get some little, get his feet wet, fight again and wins, and DC beats Brock Lesnar, and they line up fucking DC for could they do both belts at once?
No.
Like if DC was the champ, what do you mean? Why couldn't they? Couldn't John Jones fight him for both belts at the heavyweight and light heavyweight? Like put both them shits on the line?
What they're gonna do?
I highly doubt it.
A double weigh-in, like they fight one round at to 265 or whatever, and then the next one they fight less weight.
Look, they can weigh in above 205, but just put the 205 belts on the line because John Jones is the former king there. DC's the king there. Both belts on the line. Whoever wins is champ at fucking 205 and heavyweight.
Right, look, the UFC could pull that off somehow. I just don't know if, I don't know how much control the commissions have on that. I don't know if they have any control on that.
Throw
the
205 belt in there too. Who gives a fuck? They're the champion. Either way, the goddamn point is, I will never be rooting for any other fighter more than I would be rooting for DC in that fight. For just retribution on the way out. Like, he fucking deserves it.
I hear you, man. All right, moving on here. Let's talk Cyborg. You see Cyborg's been talking shit about Amanda Nunes?
No.
No, exactly. So here's my point with that. First of all, I think it's stupid she's doing it, but God damn it, now I lost the fucking tweet. Anyway, whatever. She kept saying like she turned her back on Brazil and shit. What?
Yeah, her basic gripe is because Amanda Nunes trains at American Top Team with Colby, and Colby has been talking crap about Brazilians. That's her beef, basically.
That's it?
Yep, that's it.
What? Look, what the fuck did Cyborg give a fuck?
She should have just said something about her being a snatch kisser.
Really better off doing that.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. These motherfuckers need to get some shit cooking, man. What the fuck talking bullshit about, man? That's a weak ass commentary.
No, fuck, dude. She needs to fucking go after. I'd rather Brazilian that trains the American Top Team. Is it mostly Brazilians in that fucking spot?
Cyborg's not gay, right? She's actually straight.
Yeah, she's got a dude. The guy that tweets for her. Yeah.
Oh, that's such an awful idea. Man, nobody comes up to her and like, what is you doing? You need to stop. Don't let that dude fucking run your shit. First of all, we know it's not you, Cyborg. That dude, how is he tweeting in perfect English, but you can barely get through like a 5-second interview without fucking some words up? We know it's not you. Stop playing.
Yeah, that's
she's got better. She's got better English than people think.
For sure, but not as good as she's tweeting out, like with all that bullshit she's been saying.
But
she's playing that Sofia Vergara card.
That's a good ass fight though. So like we don't really need, just shut the fuck up, train.
Yeah, that fight's still on itself. And is it a main event? It's main event, right? In Brazil?
It could be. If it's not, it could totally be a main event. That's a good fucking fight. And I'll tell you what, Cyborg, you better stop fucking with Twitter and you better train. The goddamn gravy train is over, baby. And I'm not saying that Cyborg won't win this fight. I'm just saying it ain't gonna be no walk in the fucking park.
I'll say this: I like Amanda Nunes in this one.
Dang.
Not dominantly, but I like her to pull it out.
I do too. Kind of. I love the idea that I think a lot of people are going to be rooting against her, and she's the wrong type of bitch to be rooting against. You know what I mean? Like she's not going to be a wounded duck out there. If Cyborg gets a little slow, she'll get the fuck knocked out of her.
Hey, man, it's going to be a 5-round fight, right? Let's say somehow Amanda Nunes can just like avoid getting knocked the fuck out in the first round. You make it to that 5th round, where's Cyborg at?
Amanda Nunes has got fucking dynamite.
Yeah,
Cyborg can get knocked out too. Yeah. Like this is like it's one of those fights. It's just like, well, it's not just like it, but like with Tyron Woodley and Darren Till. Darren Till is definitely the better striker, but you seen who got thunderstruck. Like I would say Cyborg's the better, more fierce striker, but like don't think that if you get lazy, Amanda Nunes won't fucking drop you. She very well can fucking rock her and fuck her up. If Cyborg gets lazy and drops a hand, she'll get thunderstruck.
Yeah. Put the Twitter down. Stop doing interviews. Just go fucking train, chick. Do the interviews fight week. Don't worry about it right now. That fight is sold. We're watching. We're fucking watching.
This is a big one for you.
Yeah, we're fucking watching this fight. All right, don't have to try and sell it to me. All right, couple more things here. Let's talk about that UFC 229 pressers tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
exactly the reaction I was looking for. What, Fred? What are you hoping to hear tomorrow?
Well, I don't know, man. I mean, I guess I don't really want a fucking circus, but
you're gonna get.
But I guess I kind of do want a little bit of a fucking circus. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no fucking crazy shit to happen where they're contemplating calling the fight off or nothing. But I mean, let's be honest. So I want a little fucking juice. You know what I mean? I guess it's closed to the public. So okay, fair enough. We ain't gonna get none of that energy. But all you motherfucking journalists that are in there, ask the right questions. I want to get the shit going. Like I want to get with the shits. I mean, we haven't had no promotion for this fight leading up to it. So now let's get to it. It ain't got to be fabricated. I don't want to, don't go overboard. But Connor's back. Y'all got a real fucking beef. God damn it. European white boys don't fuck around on either side. You know what I'm saying? Let's fucking get to it. I want to see some shit. I expect to see some shit. I do expect Connor to be Connor. I expect Khabib to be Khabib. And if that's the case, we're going to have some fucking fun, no?
I'm with you. Jesse?
Well, I mean, we're going to get a circus either way already from the get-go. Because Connor just released his whiskey. Is it whiskey?
I think it's Irish whiskey. Yeah.
Okay. So he just released his whiskey. And if you buy 2 of those bottles, you get into the press conference. Apparently, that's what Connor has been saying and tweeting out. And he said that he's going to have his people at the front, making sure that you bought your 2 bottles of whiskey, and they're going to let people in from the public to go. Now, I know Dana White said that ain't happening.
Right.
You know that's going to be a whole mess of people standing outside trying to get in. So you're already going to have a big ruckus outside.
Listen. Connor is king at this. Y'all, we are all on a different level than that man right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just calls the motherfuckers can't come in. And Connor knows good and well that they ain't allowed in. But he still did that shit, like you said, to bring a bunch of his fans right to the fucking gate. And then what did he got? You got a commotion outside of his fans and probably like 16 Khabib fans because, Russians are fucking crazy. I'll give them that. Some Russians are going to show up with some bottles of vodka like, fuck your Irish piss.
Yeah, on that whiskey though, I'm kind of curious. I probably want to try it.
I'm surprised Fred hasn't ordered it yet.
I was saying if it'll get me in, I'll order a couple. Where was it?
I wonder if it's available in stores. Or you got to order that shit.
You got to order it off his website, I believe.
Listen, the problem with shit like that is it's garbage. Every time a celebrity endorses some shit like that, it's never fucking good. Get the fuck
Whoa. That Avion tequila is pretty good.
Who's that endorsed by?
Brad Pitt, I think, or George Clooney. It's one of those 2. They're the owners of that.
Fair. All right. Well, fuck. All right. Couple more things here. What are we gonna say? Well, we got UFC Sao Paulo this weekend. Let me just before we do that, Canelo Triple G 2. Did you guys watch it?
Nope.
You didn't watch it, Fred? Did you watch it?
Okay, hold on. I got motherfuckers responding to me on Facebook. So you got to keep that same energy for Anderson Silva. Then, if I could type as fast as I can talk, these motherfuckers would be getting it because the same energy goes for Anderson, motherfucker. Like I got it. Somebody responded saying, "Oh, well, didn't he test positive for coke?" Yes, sweetie pie. It was for coke and for some shit that makes your bones more dense. Which I know they're not watching this. All right, Canelo Triple G. Yes, I did watch it. So here's the deal with that, man. I think y'all seen the first one, right?
Right.
I think Triple G won the first one. And upon further review with watching this one again, I think this one was a draw.
Mm-hmm.
This one was super close. And at first I gave it to Canelo, but after rewatching it, I felt like this one was actually a draw. And Triple G won the first one. And you know what, though? With all that being said, and as great as a fight as both of them were, I don't think look, I'll probably watch 3 because I'm a degenerate fucking combat sports fan. So what else am I going to be doing on a Saturday night, right? But like, I won't be clamoring. I feel like I get it, right? Like going into the third fight, I don't expect nobody to get knocked out.
Right.
I mean, they both were fucking eating each other's shots. Nobody really got rocked or knocked down. It was a very good fight, but I don't. The thrill is gone, baby. Like, y'all are both very good. I felt like it was both. Maybe you could even call both the fights a draw. Like, at that point, you also just like tag team somebody or something. I'm over it. Y'all are like fucking. You know what I mean? Like, you're too evenly matched. What do you want from me? It's fun, but ain't nobody getting knocked out or nothing.
So I kind of went the other way with that. I thought the first one was definitely should have gone Triple G's way, right? He had the added Lady Bird that totally fucked that score up. I thought this one. When I first watched, the first time I watched that, that was a draw, right? I watched it 2 more times, and I think Canelo edged it out barely, but I think he edged it out, caused more damage. Well, look, motherfucker, you're not on the same team. I know you bitching, but you know, fucking, fucking. I thought he edged it out, man. Not like I don't think it was dominant, but I think he edged it out. But had they given the decision to Triple G, I wouldn't have been upset. I'd have been like, shit, that was a close fight. Fuck, what are you gonna do? But people mad about it. So, all right, real quick, rest in peace, Kid Yamamoto passed away this week, 41 years old from cancer. That dude was like,
what the fuck, man?
Chaos.
How? What kind of cancer killed him at 41?
Colon cancer, I believe.
Jesus,
I think it was colon
Christ, though. Like, did something like 41?
Yeah,
fuck, I'm almost 41. Like, that's not that fucking far from now.
Start getting checked out, bro.
You gotta let a doctor put his thumb in your ass, right?
Right.
Whoa! It doesn't have to be the thumb. Jesus.
Like, what, you want this one there? I mean, I'll take the thumb. It's the short and stubby one.
I'm trying to find out what kind of cancer you have, but I can't fucking find it. But I think Jesse's right.
I think that's what I read somewhere, but I could be wrong. But I know it was cancer. But cancer sucks, man. But you know what? You gotta let this be a lesson to everybody. Like Fred said, 41 years old is too damn young to die from this stuff, and cancer is very preventable if you're getting your checkups. Anything's not right, you go to the doctor, you get it checked out. You know, there's a lot of guys out there that are too badass for their own good, and they don't want to go get checked out. They don't want to admit that something's wrong, and you let stuff linger on for too long, and this could be the result of that. So, you know, take care of yourself, and you know, go get yourself checked out. Like Fred said, just get the thumb. It's shorter.
Yeah, and you know what? We've
and listen,
hope he doesn't have sausage.
It's not the worst thing in the world. Guys need to stop with that. Stop with your fucking insecure masculinity. You know, it's just a fucking finger in the ass. It ain't the worst thing in the world. Seriously.
Fuck, dude. Hey, regardless.
Drink. Listen, this is what you do.
You
fucking smoke you a blunt. You drink a little bit of Connor's Irish whiskey, and then you go over there and let the fucking doctor give you one up the tailpipe. Make sure you're not going to fucking die next week.
Anyway, regardless, you know, so yeah, rest in peace, Kid Yamamoto. I know he was a 3-time champion, local high school here in Tempe, Arizona. Went to Marcos Deniza, 3-time wrestling champ. So, dude's a local hero, local legend.
Listen, all bullshit aside, there was a time where he was one of the absolute very best fighters on planet Earth. I remember he was one of those guys from the J MMA scene that I really wanted to fucking see, the Japanese, mixed martial arts scene that I really wanted to see come over, and I thought was really, going to make some waves. And he kind of did. He had a couple good performances in the UFC, but then shit never just really panned out for him properly like I thought it would. But a lot of guys had that same story coming over from Pride and Dream and Sengoku and etc.
Yeah, Yamamoto died on September 18th from stomach cancer.
God damn, that's crazy. Go eat your fucking veggies and eat your organic meats. Take your probiotics. Keep your fucking belly and your asshole in check. That fucking shit's important.
Yeah, I mean, this dude, he fought Demetrius Johnson, lost to him by decision at UFC 126. Was that like fucking 2011?
Yep.
He's fought guys like Joe Warren, Honey Yaya, fucking Genki Sudo, Holy Gracie. Yeah. I remember he knocked the fuck out of Hoyler Gracie. Who else did he fight? These two fought legends, man. So
look, honestly, just go look him up on YouTube if you can.
Yeah.
Some of the performances in the UFC weren't the best performances. Just go back and watch his history, watch those old fights. That's the epitome of a guy that you wanted to have, that you wanted to be a fan of. He was just action. He was fire, and he's gonna be missed.
Yeah, and the thing is that whenever I think of Kid Yamamoto, is controlled chaos. Like, he did it on purpose. It was fucking crazy. I love watching that dude. So rest in peace, man. Gone too soon, but we're never forgetting that dude. All right. And then of course we have a card this weekend, UFC Sao Paulo. Thiago Santos was supposed to fight Jimmy Manuwa, right, in the main event. Instead, Eric Anders steps in on short notice. So we got Thiago Santos against Eric Anders in the main event. Co-main event is Alex Oliveira against Carlo Pedersoli. Then we got Sam Alvey against Lil Nog. Henan Barao against Andrew Uwell. Random Marcos against Marina Rodriguez. Charles Oliveira against Christos Giagos. Francisco Trinaldo still fucking fighting against Evan Dunham.
His
Luis
last
Enrique.
fight.
What's up?
That's Evan Dunham's last fight. His retirement fight.
Oh, he's retiring?
Yes.
No shit. All right, good for him, man. Chase Sherman's on the card. Sergio Moraes against Ben Saunders is on the card. Tyler Slates against Hector Lombard. And Alex Chambers is kicking off the entire card against Livina Souza. Overall, solid card. Nice little, Saturday night for y'all.
Okay. First off, Eddie, I don't know if you're being nice or you're just being a douchebag, but this card is not solid. It's as solid as a fucking shit for me after a night of drinking, Jack. Well, yeah, wait. Pay for cable.
That main event, remember, that main event originally was Jimmy Manuwa against what's his name?
Thiago Santos.
Fair.
No. It was the guy that John Jones ripped his shoulder out of his socket.
Oh yeah. Teixeira, there
you go.
Yeah.
Teixeira got her. It's a completely different main event.
Right.
That's a good point.
And let's give it up to Eric Anders coming in on basically a week's notice. Fight at a higher weight class against a guy that's a hammer.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
That should definitely be just an exciting fight.
And let's not all just gloss over the fact that you actually said that on this card we will indeed watch Smiling Sam Alvey fight Diet Nog, who I was pretty sure was dead. I didn't think he was actually still alive anymore, like let alone fighting. So
who you picking in that fight, dude? Because I'm hoping Lil Nog pulls it out somehow.
The fuck, Smiling Sam.
All right, I'm pretty good.
Little Nog's a walking corpse at this point. Have you seen his brother? He literally looks like they pulled him out of a war. He can't see out of one of his eyes. He walks with a limp.
Yeah, it's not good. The
Nogueira brothers are fucking soldiers, dog, but soldiers that don't need to still be at war. Like, I think Smiling Sam is going to sleep that dude.
Yeah. Oh, he's going in. He's probably going in on that. All right. And then Jesse, Combate Americas and Dan, how do you call it? DAZN? The Zone. They should have come up with something better than the Zone.
Congratulations, you played yourself. You guys have the worst name ever, the Zone.
Seriously. All right. So Combate Americas, they struck a deal with the Zone for all broadcasting rights.
The English side of the whole thing. So if you tune into DAZN, which is like you guys said, it's the worst name possible. Remember, Bellator is also on this platform.
There we go.
So,
makes sense.
I mean, it's a good place to find some good MMA. If you like, rugby, lacrosse, and I think some soccer matches that you can't find, you can find it on there. I actually got the 1 month free to watch this fight. Not bad, but I gotta say that Gilbert Melendez is a great broadcaster. He knows what he's doing. He's trying to keep the flow moving. He knows a lot about the fight game, as he should. Juliana Pena, she needs a lot of work, and she can be very, very dumb and annoying. But the other broadcaster they had, who was supposed to be the straight guy, was the worst possible commentator you have out there. Asking questions like, hey, Gilbert, when are you going to get in La Jaula? Because obviously he fights for the UFC. He does not fight for Combate Americas. Bringing up the UFC and comparing Combate Americas to the UFC.
Okay. Who's that guy?
You know what? I looked up his name earlier and I forgot what his name was, but he's...
Campbell, hit me up, dog. I'll help you out. I rarely throw myself into shit like that. Throw my name. Hit me up, Campbell. You hit me up. I'll replace that motherfucker. It'll be like he never existed.
And listen, if you need a gringo on the squad to make the white people happy,
Frank fucking Kirby on the spot. Let's go.
Your fucking man. I'll even learn Spanish. Jack Rosetta Stone in this bitch.
Here's the thing. You guys would be an improvement because you could tell that when they had to fill time, he had nothing to talk about to fill the time. And that was the problem. You could tell he didn't study, maybe didn't even care about the fights. they had plenty of opportunity to talk about the previous fights, set up the next fights. You know, they had Campbell come on. They had I think Amanda Serrano come on. They had somebody else come on. Oh, Alberto Del Rio, and they had, you know, that they could do interviews, and all the interviews were just, he just didn't know what to do, what to say, how to really make the flow happen. And, you know, if you go back and watch it, Gilbert Melendez is trying so hard to like bring it back to, okay, in the main event, we have, you know, Jose Alday fighting for the title, you know, tell me about that. And then that guy would just derail it by, well, my favorite quote that he had of the night was, well, I want to announce something right now, guys. I'm not going to be stepping in La Jaula to fight. Like, dude, you're fat and you're old. Nobody cares about your announcement.
Okay, two things, Campbell McLaren. Two things. One, I will fight this dude in La Jaula and shit. Fucking set it up. And two, I will replace this dude. Put that fucking job app on the website. I'll fucking apply right. You know what? I might just apply without fucking needing an app. That's some horse shit, dude. Come on, man.
But besides all that, let me tell you what. The fight card itself had some exciting fights. The main event with what was it? Gustavo Lopez against Jose Alday was a great fight. Great crowning of a champion. A little bit of a controversial decision at the end, but I mean, Jose Alday has been the underdog and was able to, you know, edge out the fight here against Gustavo Lopez. Gustavo Lopez, who ended up taking the fight short notice when the original opponent, I think it was Marroquin, ended up getting sick and was flagged by the commission, wasn't able to compete. So, like I said, great main event. And also the other standout for me was Tracy Cortez, who put on a clinic with her wrestling and jiu-jitsu skills against Karen Cedillo. It was just a nasty ground game that she has. What was it? Rafa, the Gifted Garcia, also put on a great performance. If you guys have an opportunity, go back and check out the event. You can actually go onto DAZN, get a month free, and you can watch the event that happened. It's a good time. Just kind of skip that intermediate part where they had that downtime. It's kind of brutal to watch, but and the other thing is, moving forward, in 2 weeks, they're having next weekend. Sorry, not this weekend, but next weekend. They're having an event here in Long Beach where they're doing the road to Copa Combate. They're doing 1 round qualifiers at this event to be able to compete for the 100,000 Copa Combate that they're having later on in the year.
1 round qualifiers is interesting. I like that. Everything on the line. You got 1 round to prove it.
1 round to prove it.
I like that.
Eric Gonzalez against Andres Quintana. You also have Pablo Sobari against Alejandro Flores. And then you have a couple of women fighting, Melissa Martinez against Francis Hernandez. There's some great matchups on there. And of course, if you can support, because our own guy that was on our show with us, Henrik Wassemer, will be on that fight card representing Guatemala. So, you know, show some support for that man as well.
Yeah, and Campbell, I'm available next weekend as well. So I can't fucking believe that. Hey, when are you stepping in the house, like UFC fighter guy? And let's talk about UFC the entire time. Like,
I'll be in the, by the way, with a nice suit on, so you know. I can
hire Jesse right now, Campbell. He's already in there. I'd have to travel. This guy's already fucking going. What the
no shit.
Anyway,
and he's the best fucking dressed guy in the building.
In the entire building.
And it pains me to say that. So, you know,
yeah. Hey, you fucking Jesse knows how to dress too. This is fun.
Call spade a spade.
Yeah, straight up. Hey man, like we put effort towards something, it shines. All right. That's gonna be it for our topics. Jesse, you have any question for the week?
Nah, I did most of my studying for Combate this week, so
cool.
Sorry, guys.
Okay. Listen, quick. I gotta go soon, anyways. But I got a quick question of the week then. Did we talk about the whole MGK fucking Eminem thing last week?
I think it was off air.
Was it after we went off? Did you guys hear both of the diss tracks by any chance?
Yeah.
I know you have, Eddie. Have you, Jesus?
I actually did, surprisingly.
Okay. Quickly, what do you guys think? We talked about this on the last episode. Also, on the Gym City Jesus podcast, we're going to do something like college bracket style with diss songs, the greatest diss songs of all time.
That's a good idea.
We're going to pit 2 diss songs against each other and then move them on until, You know, eventually we crown the song of all time.
You gonna get No Vaseline on there? You going back that far?
Oh yeah, we're
cool,
trying
cool.
to crown the greatest diss song of all time. So we've got No Vaseline,
Sweet.
We've got Hit 'Em Up, we've got Ether, we've got next week we're gonna do Drake's back-to-back verse Common's Bitchin' You. If you haven't heard Common's Bitchin' You, it's an Ice Cube diss, and it is fucking good. It is really good. And obviously everybody's heard fucking Drake back-to-back.
That was surprising from a guy like Common.
I know. It was hard too.
Yeah.
Who do you guys think won this whole MGK Eminem thing? Because I was the odd man out with a lot of people on this. Pretty much everybody.
All right, I will give my super novice, uninformed opinion of this rap battle beef, and I say I really liked Eminem's track, but I thought Machine Gun Kelly really had an interesting video along with the song. I like them both, but I think Machine Gun Kelly actually it just had a whole nice production to it, which if you look into it had a lot of help with it, but still I kind of like that better. Now, if you're talking about who won, who hit who harder lyric wise, it's always Eminem. I mean, he just comes harder, he comes correct, but I like the Machine Gun Kelly song.
I'm 100% Eminem. Kill shot. Like when I listen, so obviously you heard the first track on Kamikaze, and he mentioned MGK for like a minute there, right? And then MGK comes back with Rap Devil, and my reaction to Rap Devil was like, okay, I mean, all right, you're asking for it, but okay, you threw some shots, that's cool. Eminem came out with Kill Shot, and everyone's face was like, damn, like whoo. Like my favorite was the big dude from D12. Fuck, what's his name? Bizarre, you know Bizarre?
Yeah.
Big fat dude. His reaction was hilarious. He stops his SUV in a parking lot, gets out, takes his shirt off, throws it on the ground, and goes, I told you not to mess with that boy. Oh, boy. No, Eminem fucked him up. I don't give a shit what anyone says. How you going to be on there talking shit and then apologizing? Like, hey, man, fuck you for you to go. Like, dude, if you're going to go Eminem, go at Eminem. No one goddamn way you're going to get fucked up.
No, see, that's what I liked about MGK's shit. Because trying to go big dick with Eminem on album sales or GOAT status is impossible. So you got to acknowledge that. You got to acknowledge that so that it can't be used against you. Like, I feel like MGK's diss on Eminem was better in that, nobody ever comes at him like that.
Oh, no,
and he pointed out some things that were interesting, that were actually like, oh shit. And I felt like my problem, look, is Eminem a better rapper than MGK? A fucking course he is. And his sleeping on his worst day, he's a better rapper than that boy. But that was the problem with that particular diss track for me was, I feel like, okay, so let's talk about like great diss tracks, right? Nas, Ether, Ice Cube, No Vaseline, Drake, back to back, Tupac, Hit 'Em Up. After all those songs dropped, the person that was getting fucking dissed, I felt sorry for her. And I felt like wouldn't want to be seen in public again. After Eminem's diss, I felt like MGK and his little fucking bag of fans aren't going to care about that at all. Like, there was no new juicy secret. Like, recently with Pusha T and Drake, when fucking Pusha dropped that story of Adidon and told the world that Drake had a kid that he wasn't claiming. Oh shit! Like, that's some sauce for the steak,
dude.
Jack.
I ignored that whole beef until he said that, and I was like, whoa, you took it personal.
Yeah, it got crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then Jay Prince, a fucking goddamn gangster ass dude, had to get in and stop the beef. Like, that's fun. Like, I felt like Eminem's was just him proving that he's, a better rapper, got more money and shit, which it was it was shit that I felt like I already knew.
Yeah, so I think one of my favorite lines of the Kill Shot was, "How you gonna name yourself after a damn gun and have a man bun? I'd rather be 80-year-old me than 20-year-old you." And I was just like, "Damn, dog, you woo."
I thought that. Now maybe it's because I always have a man bun, so I'm biased. But I thought that was a corny bar. I see a lot of people giving MGK shit for the beard is weird bar. but then liking the Man Bun bar. It's like they're the same bar. They're both throwaway bars, kind of like. I mean, kind of what are we doing here? Maybe that's why this beef ain't that great. Like, you damn shitbirds are making fun of each other's hairstyles and shit. Like,
Didn't one of them mention that it was a corny line anyway? That they were I think one of them said that, right, in the rap.
I don't remember.
I think Eminem said something like, "Oh, you're throwing corny lines" or something like that. Look, again, uneducated guy over here about hip hop. I'm gonna step back out of this arena here.
All right.
Well, there it is.
It doesn't
matter. I took we voted on the podcast. There are 3 of us. They both picked the Eminem song, so it will advance, and then it will take on the winner of the Drake and Common battle. So that's how that will go.
I'm gonna listen to both of those tracks so I can make a pick on that.
Yeah, I'm going to do that too. And I'm going to go back and really like listen to and then see how it affected the person and all that shit. So that shit will be fun.
All right, so definitely go check out the Gym City Jesus podcast, available now. Episode 30. This will be 37.
Yep, this is the 37th one. Yep.
And again, no. I was just gonna plug that Fred has their Spotify, so I hope they're putting those tracks on there. So if you're following Fred's Gem City podcast Spotify,
I'm still listening to that
there.
Yeah, Gary's at that, dude. And we actually, I didn't know what we were going to lead off with, what song we were going to lead off with last night. We were recorded. We were going to talk about the cop that walked into the wrong house and shot and killed that dude. And at the very last minute, I remember this Ben Harper song. So if anything, go check the podcast out and listen to the opening song. It was the perfect fucking song to pick for that particular story.
Oh, man, fuck that story. That fucking made me so angry.
That's wild. That's wild.
It made me angry. Like, dude. Anyway, all right. That's gonna do it for us tonight. I'm just gonna share a couple of tweets here that weren't directed to us at all. I was scrolling through the timeline. I saw them, and it's some of them that when we follow each other. Homie Jordan puts out 2 tweets that had me legit like, damn. First one was Conor McGregor could walk into an arena with a dildo strapped to his forehead, and y'all would be like, "What a gangster!" Hashtag Maymac World Tour. That's an old one, right? Yeah, it's from like 2017. The one that he put out, I think today or yesterday, is Conor McGregor could sell bottles of his own semen, and you groupie motherfuckers would still drink it. That might be my favorite one.
A little carry away now, but
I like that one.
I don't think I got that far.
That was funny. That's good. All right. If that's gonna do it for us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to repthewarriors.com. Get yourself some gear. Spicespros.com. Get yourself some of that good shit over there. Use Keyboard MMA as a code. Follow Jesse at Spawat1983. Follow Kirby at Kirby_MMA. I'm at Elo31, and the page is at Keyboard MMA on Twitter. All right, it's gonna do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Catch you guys next week. Enjoy UFC Sao Paulo this weekend. Stay up, motherfuckers. All right, good night, Wilshire.